Here. Felix Hergood, can you hear us, my friend? For episode 90 of the Emergent Gamer podcast.
I'm gonna write a little note on a notepad.
At least happened after I. Nope, everyone's not muted. I just unmuted laptop.
I heard you.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're good.
Cool.
So,
how does Felix Hergood always manage to derail us, even when
he's not here?
I mean, maybe we were.
Just kidding, love you, buddy.
So, like we mentioned, I'm trying to bring up the channel feed here, but it doesn't seem to be working.
I hear you now. Cool.
Should we begin with introductions and open it up?
I mean, we should try to. I think follow.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe we were. Sorry. I'm trying to get the chat up, but I'll just let you guys run it.
We could totally run it from the top, cut the video down later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I got you. So since Felix can now hear us, I guess there was some technical difficulties for him earlier. Felix, welcome. I'm sorry that you're only in text form for here. I'm sure you will continue to derail us for episode 90 of the Emergent Gamer podcast.
Welcome, everybody.
Felix, if you could please drop in the channel who won the Oscar nod for episode 90, because it just wouldn't be an Emergent Gamer podcast if we didn't get it. So we have Trip Zero.
What's up,
How you
everybody?
doing, buddy?
It's Trip Zero. Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching. If you're watching out there.
Thanks for being here. And we have Neo
Hey,
Aoshi.
guys. I'm doing
going,
great.
bud?
How are you both?
Fantastic.
I'm good. We've made it.
Absolutely. Thank God.
We're in the home bases. I'm
You
sure
know,
everyone's very comfortable. I feel like
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Version
Alex
1.
is just like sitting on.
This is definitely
Okay.
version 1.
No, I'm on a chair.
Pretty dope. Okay.
I got a chair.
So we do have some news, of course. If you're a fan of the show, we're going to discuss a few pieces of news, and we'll see where we go from there. So I know, Neo, you're probably dying to speak of what Konami has released, if you can even call it a video game. I'm not sure what you
Before we
wanna
get
call
too
it.
deep into that, I'm reading the chat. I got to do the derailing for us. Driving Miss Daisy won the Academy Award in '90.
Driving Miss
There it
Daisy.
is. There it
Of
is.
course it did.
So you're all
Of course
welcome.
it did. Thank you, Felix.
Excellent.
Felix, thank you so much. I'm glad you're actually listening. Thank you for supporting us from your vacation. Even on your
That's
vacation, you're here.
dedication, man. He's
Look
clocking
at that.
Just
I love it. Right. Sorry that your face couldn't be here. Sorry I couldn't get a little picture of you somehow on this Skype call. But thanks for tuning in, buddy. So what do we have, Neo, in regards to the next,
So,
if you even want to call it this, next Metal Gear Solid
you
game?
may know, Gamescom was this past week.
Mhm.
So, a lot of things were announced. Mostly just trailers of games coming out. And one of the things that came out was Konami released a trailer for Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, they did.
And holy shit.
You're
Guys.
excited.
I am so angry. This is the face of a guy who's excited? I don't think
Oh, you're really hype. Holy
Konami
shit, guys.
pretty much was like, we have this awesome IP, and people like zombies, right? That's a thing that people like.
They do.
Let's just put it in a fucking Metal Gear game. So that's what they did. They did just that. Now, it's probably going to be fun. I really love the Fox engine, and I loved Metal Gear 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 was amazing. But if you guys, did you watch the trailer?
I did. Yeah.
You did?
I
It
did
was
not.
so
I just saw a picture and
bland.
decided to not do
It was so bland and generic. Like, literally, the action shots of the trailer were zombies against a chain link fence, and really dramatic shots of people stabbing them, and these like really helpless zombies. They just
So
murdered.
you felt bad for the
And
zombies,
they have like
really.
little. I felt bad. I felt worse for the zombies, and I felt worse for the people watching this happen.
I was worried
It's
about it being a spoiler for me because I had not played 5 yet,
Yeah.
and it seems like
It takes place directly after Ground Zeroes, is what they're saying.
some heavy shit happening, like Snake.
Yeah, did you guys? Okay, so
Sorry,
before Phantom Pain came out, there was a game called Ground Zeroes.
Mhm.
Did you guys play it?
A little bit.
Mhm.
So
I didn't finish
Yes.
it.
that was like the precursor to Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay.
And at the end of
Right.
that, there's like a 10-year jump or a 7-year jump or whatever between that and the actual game.
Mhm.
This takes place right after Ground Zeroes. Mother Base, which is the Snake's base, falls in that game.
Right.
And what they're saying here is all the soldiers get pulled into a alternate dimension, and that is they're stuck in this alternate dimension. Yeah, I know. It's like let's
Oh,
just
God.
fucking throw things at a dartboard and see what we can get to make this zombie game, because they had to explain zombies in Metal Gear because that.
Right.
A lot of
I've
great
lost
points you
your
making.
audio.
Yeah, I mean there are supernatural elements in Metal Gear. I'm not going to deny that at all.
Yeah.
Most they try and explain through really weird means, but regardless, I they just want to make a zombie game because they can. It's easy money, and I love Metal Gear, man. That is
I can
one
tell
of the
this is coming from the heart.
staples.
This
Yeah,
this criticism right now.
Tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you've
I
been
know.
going.
I'm gonna fucking keep going. We're supposed to have a guest tonight.
No,
who
you're
shares
fine.
my-
You're fine.
We both are Metal Gear fans. We've been Metal Gear fans as long as we've known each other. Like we played Metal Gear Solid 4 together. This is Jailus, who is supposed to be here. We might have him on again soon.
Right.
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
situation.
because of our situation, exactly. I know he reflects a lot of how I'm feeling. This is a franchise that Hideo Kojima has treated with a lot of care over the years. It's been like as ridiculous as the story has gotten. It's just it's been really good. It's been a really good trip. Let's just say that trip zero. It's been a real good trip zero.
It has.
And this is
Trip
just
Ground
like a
Zeroes.
shameless game. I don't listen. I want to see gameplay.
Did
I
you-
want to see more. I'm not ready to just sign it off that like instantly.
I mean, you sound like
I'm
you're
just-
ready to
oh,
sign it
yes.
off.
I'm
That's what I
mad.
wanna find
I'm
out.
just a little mad. Yeah. I it's whatever. Go on. What were you gonna say?
Did you? I mean, I guess.
I just lost your
well,
audio. Okay.
I guess
go
my one
ahead.
question. My one question for you, before I hit a news point around this, is: did you really expect anything
I
different?
expected Pachinko.
Like when
That's about it. Because that's what Konami. I don't
I mean,
have
like-
high hopes for Konami. Is
Look, this could be the
Yeah.
most.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so-
character-driven, amazing zombie tale set in this universe. I know. I just
it won't be.
it's
wasting
from that
time
trailer.
on the episode talking about.
Everyone was so generic. It looked like it had the graphical fidelity of the Fox engine, which I love. I think that's an amazing engine.
Well, sure. I mean, that's good. Well, yeah, I agree. I think that's one of the things that like I loved about Ground Zero, and I loved about Five. I haven't finished Five, but I mean,
Yeah.
visually,
Yeah.
it's a great game. Now, I mean, I don't know if this will help you any more with purchasing it, but Konami's brand manager, Richard Jones, mentioned in an interview with Eurogamer that this will not be a full price game.
Wow.
So I don't know if it's going to go down the path of Ground Zero, because Ground Zero was not full price as well when it launched, correct? I think it was cheaper than
Yeah,
a
it was like
full
around
price
$20,
game.
20, 30.
That's an interesting
So
point.
maybe this will be, a $30,
Okay,
$40 price
now you're
point.
speaking my language. If this is
Um,
affordable and it's a co-op multiplayer game set in like a Metal Gear situation, I can see myself more likely to pick
back
this up
in.
with some friends. Yeah. I mean,
Here he is.
Yeah.
listen, I
Sold
still
him.
want
One
It's gonna be the
article.
best fucking
One
game
article. He's
I've ever
back
played in
in.
my life.
I want to see gameplay. I want to see. You have to understand, Kojima's not at the helm of this. This isn't his product. It's going to feel way different than any Metal Gear game I've played. I know what to expect with Metal Gear, and that's usually the unexpected, because Kojima's he's usually he's the mastermind behind this franchise. And
Yeah,
now
I
he's
mean,
no
it's not
longer
going to have
behind it.
the story depth and the characters. I think that we've
Yeah.
been used to in Metal Gear. They may try. People may come off as like caricatures. You know, like just a hollow kind of facsimile of what you would see in a Metal Gear.
See, I'm
But
already
if
I'm
it's gonna
expecting no
be-
voice acting.
Yeah.
I'm expecting like very
Yeah.
minimal work done to this game. They're just taking the Fox engine and they're rehashing it to this whatever they're trying to do.
But I could get down with some multiplayer, some shooter, some online action. It'd be fun,
I
especially if it's
could
like $20-$30.
Yeah. I mean, zombie games are always
Yeah.
fun to play. I mean, there's been a million iterations of them. So, I mean, if the mechanics of the game are good and it's just like a survival game and it's more multiplayer based and it's only $30, I mean, you really can't go wrong with that. I mean, we spend $60 on piece of shit games all the time, so the 30's really not that bad.
Mhm.
But again,
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I
I
want
guess
to
we'll
see
see.
more trailers. I want to see more gameplay footage. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I have a chat update
Sure.
from some of the viewers that are in here right now. A lot of
Yeah,
contributions
what do we
from
got?
Felix Hergood.
Of course.
Besides Driving Miss Daisy being the Oscar winner, Best Supporting Actor Denzel Washington for Glory.
Of course.
We've got
Of course.
Best Actress Jessica Tandy for Driving Miss Daisy. Best Actor Daniel Day-Lewis for My Left Foot.
Damn.
And then he
he's,
said Best Supporting Actress, a nobody. He also says he's standing in a game arcade in Stone Harbor. They have Galaga, Miss Pac-Man, The Fast and the Furious driving game, Area 51, Tekken 3, and Superbikes 2.
Ooh.
But do they have
Tell him you should play Area 51.
Revolution? That's the important question.
Not reported. Deal or No Deal, the video game. Kids these days at beaches are blank with arcades.
With arcades. Chew nice.
51. Also, Kevin Oates is here watching. He's in the chat.
Whoa, Kevin Oates. What's up, buddy?
Right now, he wants to start playing House of the Dead. So, not feasible now, Oates, but I appreciate the feedback. We'll work on that for future episodes.
Yeah, man. Since you're listening to my audio, I know a lot of times Trip and Neo's audio is getting kind of robotic, or you might lose them for a little bit. That's just some of the kinks that we're dealing with this. So, bear with us, Kevin Oates and Felix Hergood. You're probably doing a million things at once, so you won't mind the audio. But anybody else tuning in, if you do hear the audio cut out here and there, we do apologize.
If you would like to hear some fantastically produced audio, we do have a regular podcast that is on iTunes, and you can listen to that for just pure, no faces, just sound.
And he's bugging out while it's happening. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fantastic. So here we are. We had Gamescon, right? So I think that's gonna take up a pretty big, decent amount of time here. Not everything worth talking about that we have on here, but we did get a bunch of new information about some games that are coming up. So I think one of the biggest is the Battlefield 1 open beta kicks off this month. So the end of the month, we're going to be getting an open beta for Battlefield 1. Similar to what they did for Battlefront. I think it's a
hell yeah, they gotta test those servers.
It gets a lot of they're testing their servers, which for Battlefront the servers were great. It just took a long time to match people. Was the only negative thing I had for the Battlefront open beta, but what it does is it creates this extreme hype around the game because everybody downloads it to try it. People are talking about it. There's a lot of buzz, and then more people end up buying it.
I definitely want to play it.
I know
I'm sure. I do want to play Battlefield 1.
Yeah, I have. Right, I have not pre-ordered it yet, just because I normally don't really pre-order. I normally download it a few weeks beforehand. But playing the open beta first will be huge. Will be great. I mean, that's what sold me on Battlefront. Was playing the open beta, playing as a Star Wars character. I was like, I cannot not buy this now.
I bet if I played that beta for Battlefront, I would have bought it. Like, I bet it would have hooked me.
Probably. You can't. You can't not. I mean, like, you're running around as a stormtrooper.
I would have been just freaking the fuck out. I'm like, yes, money.
Yeah. Seriously, it's too hard not to want to play it over and over again. So yeah, Battlefield 1 coming out. We're getting 2 maps. We're going to be able to play a 64 player 32 on 32 conquest game type, which is a traditional Battlefield.
Felix says he has the Battlefield
mode,
pre-order.
and then we have
I have the pre-order, guys. As he does.
Perfect. Can't wait to play with the Hergood. And then we have a 24 player mode of Rush on there's 2 maps that they're
so
giving
all
us.
That for the beta.
The one map was actually all of that for the open beta. Yeah, so 2 game types, 2 maps we'll get to play. So if you get bored of one, you can push to the other, and they're completely different. Like, Rush is very different than Conquest if you've played Battlefield games before.
That was my question.
So if you do get bored of one,
modes that have existed in previous versions of Battlefront, because this will be my first Battlefront game that I'm playing.
Yes.
Battlefield.
Yes.
Battlefield.
It is.
Yes.
It is the they're traditional maps. Conquest is there's usually like 6 control points on a massive map. So the Conquest map is going to be huge. They always are. That's where the aerial battles happen, vehicle battles happen, and you have to control as many points as possible. And they're usually like 25, 30-minute games. They're long. And then there's Rush, which is defense and offense, and there's like 3 checkpoints, and offense has to get through each point until you reach the end of the map. So those maps are usually large as well, but they're longer than wider, if that makes sense, because you're just pushing straight forward. So they're 2 completely different things. So if you get bored of like the massive 64 player, you could play 12 on 12, which is really cool.
Yeah. I imagine it'll feel a lot like Battlefield 1942
so I'm excited for that.
back in the old days. Yeah.
Yes, and that was one of my favorites,
me too.
man.
Oh, yeah.
1942 was amazing. It was amazing. So the other thing that I have on here from Gamescom that I was really excited about was the trailer for Dishonored 2, which if Felix Hergood is still listening, I don't know if you have checked this out yet, Felix, but
I watched it earlier today after you texted about. Yeah.
Really cool. Looks like there's some new abilities added into it from when I played Dishonored, but it looks gorgeous. It really does. I'm very excited for it. Have you guys watched the trailer?
Yeah, and I don't know anything about Dishonored at all besides what I saw at E3. Like I know the setting, the vibe of it, but I know nothing about the story. But I know I want to play it after watching this. It just everything looks so fluid. It was just so cool. The little battle mechanics. I don't know what was happening when he was like a black smoke cloud crawling on the ground, but it was pretty crazy.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Very cool.
That seems like one of the new abilities. Yeah, so like you're assassin, you have a bunch of different abilities, and I think that's one of the newer ones that you can do. I guess where you could like transport as that black cloud. But yeah, there was it just did look very fluid, like almost artistic.
That's a really good point of it. Yeah,
he was jumping around and like stabbing the robots and stuff was really cool. So I'm excited for it. I finished Dishonored, like I think I started Dishonored and finished it in like one or two sittings. It wasn't necessarily a long game, but they made a definitive edition, I think, trip like remastered for Xbox One, or you might be able to. Yeah, probably. Or you might be able to pick it up on like a Steam sale for pretty cheap.
Yeah, it gets pretty low.
Like the original version. Yeah. Have you played it as well?
I did play Dishonored when it came out. Yeah, I did. It was a lot of fun. I liked the verticality of it. I liked all the unique abilities. You can get real fluid with your takedowns, and you can make yourself look like you can feel like a total badass while playing that game, which is one of the things I really liked about it. Absolutely.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, so hopefully they have the same thing. We've talked about it before. Hopefully there's a lot of different choices you can make, like being completely silent throughout the whole entire game and never getting noticed. I know
one of the things I didn't like about it was you couldn't do non-lethal takedowns. You had to either kill or not be seen. There was like no in between there.
Right.
Right. They're saying that there's going to be more variety in this one.
Good. Right. I really like to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Felix says.
What?
Just a segue into another game with really cool abilities that you can do. Prey also had another trailer this week at Gamescom, and they showed off a few of the abilities in that game. They were pretty sweet. They had like a freeze gun. I saw one of the moves you could do in Prey was the guy. His brain inside the coffee mug and then rolled it into an area he couldn't access before, came out of the coffee mug, and he was back to his normal self. You could possess inanimate objects in this game. It looks really freaking crazy.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's what the the title for this link is. Prey trailer shows superpower that lets you turn into a cup of coffee.
It's amazing. never before
crazy.
Did I ever think I wanted to turn into a cup of coffee until I saw this video.
Right, until you actually were a cup of coffee.
Don't knock it till you try it, man.
Yeah.
Now, less exciting news, but it kind of speaks to this genre. Ubisoft has announced a new The Crew game. Now, The Crew was actually free on Xbox One, and I just started playing it, which is a narrative-driven racing game, which was the entire map of the United States, Right. Well, it's the size. Yeah, it has every
Right.
major
It's
city
like-
for the most part.
It's scaled very strangely. Like the city may be full size, but like the spaces
Yeah.
between the cities are not accurate at all. That kind of thing.
Right. Like it doesn't take you like 3 days.
I
to
would
drive
play a
from New York
game
to
that does that
California.
though.
I
Yeah.
would. I
You
would
sit
as
there
well.
the whole time.
But maybe if we
driving
get a
there,
procedurally generated.
take a few pit stops.
yeah,
maybe,
absolutely.
You know?
Well, on
Park-
that game, obviously you can go faster
Yeah,
than the
just-
speed limit. You don't have to worry about cops. So like, you
It's
could
a
like
road trip
try to like
simulator.
get your speed down. Like, how fast can I get to Pittsburgh? I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah,
road-
that's
road
exactly
trip
what it is.
simulator.
A road trip simulator. And it's going to have to be procedurally
True.
generated as well. So hopefully we get one of those. But yeah, so they released a. It's called Calling All Units with Cops vs. Racers. Don't know much more than
Sounds
that. I
like
didn't
that sounds
click on
like
the
the Need
link,
for
but
Speed game, like Hot Pursuit. Yeah.
it does. It does. Yeah, exactly. But what I wanted to bring up was when I started playing The Crew, I played it the other day because it was free a few months ago, and I decided to just launch it. Was graphically, it's really well done. I think it's kind of underrated in that respect. Since it is narrative driven, there were cutscenes for the storyline, and a lot of the opening game is all cutscenes. And it was actually really well done. I think kind of underrated. I know it got mediocre reviews, mainly because they're probably judging the story off of like how can you even compare a racing game story to like The Last of Us. But it's good that they didn't let it die. I mean, I know there's a ton of racing fans out there. You can't only play Forza, so
True.
at least they're getting more titles to play with. So that was announced at Gamescom as well.
Do you remember?
Was there any other news points?
That was a Need for Speed game.
I remember Hot Pursuit.
The Run was
but I don't remember the Run.
a fully narrative focused Need for Speed game. They tried to like push this whole like crime boss story, like Fast and the Furious style story, into this Need for Speed game. I don't. Yeah,
Oh, weird. That's what The Crew
it
is.
sounds like they're doing like this whole like
Crazy.
Need for Speed thing, which is real weird. Yeah.
Right. That is weird. Yeah, The Crew that's exactly what it is. Like your brother's like the head of this racing gang. Like so Fast and the Furious. It's ridiculous. Now there was another piece of news that was confirmed, which is pretty exciting, which I'm excited for. Did you guys see the trailer at E3 for Honor?
I did
Yeah.
not.
Are you familiar with that game?
one.
I got into the technical alpha 2 weeks ago, and I played it for a bit.
Oh,
Sorry, I
wow.
forgot to mention
Wow, okay,
that.
tell me more.
No, that's pretty valid.
No, it's cool.
I think there's like it was like a minor NDA. I wasn't allowed to record anything.
Oh, so
I think. I don't know how much I can say. Honestly, I don't want to like get in trouble.
Uh-oh.
I don't think you can say
You're on the
anything.
side of caution here.
Just tell me, did you like
Very
it?
challenging. It's good. I loved
Right.
Bushido Blade back in the day. You remember that game? Very serious
Yeah.
sword fighting game. This reminds me a lot of it. More technical. Get more technical than that, and it's
Okay.
good. It needs a lot of work though. I had a lot of server issues.
Okay.
This was like very much an early build of the game.
Right.
I don't know how much I can detail I can get in. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
No,
fun.
that's cool.
I, wanna see
I mean,
them improve it.
I was just curious.
So
Sure.
what did they show off at Gamescom?
Well, what they announced was an actual alpha
Oh.
test for it. So this is something that you can sign up for on their website. Now the alpha kicks off next month on September 15th. And it's giving players on PC, Xbox One, and PS4 4 days to play the game
Awesome.
for an alpha. And I guess they're making this open, obviously bigger than just people that got invited to the Technica alpha. Now it looks like Ubisoft has also confirmed that longtime subsidiary Blue Byte, which I've never heard of before, but I guess they'll be handling the port of it to PC. Now, they're also responsible for bringing Rainbow Six Siege to PC, and that's been hugely popular as well. So I guess there's someone that ports a bunch of games. But they will be doing For Honor for PC. Now, I'm very excited because it does seem very technical. It seems almost like a Dark Souls-esque fighting style, but like much more grandiose with the samurai and the Viking and the knight. So I'm definitely, if I get to play the alpha, and there's more gameplay footage and it does get more involved, I'm definitely going to purchase it. But my same concern was when it was announced at E3 was that there wouldn't be much to it.
The combat's
Like, you know what I mean?
very
Like you
technical.
would enjoy.
I'll tell you that right now.
Right, but Right. Well, I guess I worded that poorly. What I meant was where the gameplay would be great, but there wouldn't be much beyond that. So like, how many people could you
Right.
actually fight
So
before it was
if I
like
can, if I,
over? You know.
I'll talk about the matches like a little bit, what it was like. So it was there were four matches, and they throw you onto a big battlefield, and it's like a cap 3 point. Think about it in like Destiny, how they have like the three capture points, right? They have a bunch of
Right.
like AI swordsmen, like minor swordsmen that run with you to these capture points, and they fight with the enemies. You clash. You can tear through these guys like no problem, but the other players are going to be the real problem. They are the ones that are going to go after you and points from you. And once you get into a conflict with another like person, it becomes a huge duel. The duel becomes the main focus of what you're doing.
Okay.
I don't know how else to explain it. The pretty much you have multiple ways you can block, and you can like, so if an enemy swings at you from above, you really parry. The way the controls work are really complicated to describe. You really have to like watch some gameplay videos to really get the hang of it. It's crazy.
No. Yeah, I watched every time that it's been showed. I've watched the trailer for it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, there's a lot to the mechanics of it, and it reminds me of Dark Souls. It really does. Now the other thing is, did you guys? I did not get to watch it, but did you see Get Even? The Get Even trailer.
No. Is that a movie?
So no, it's I had no idea what it was, but I clicked on the link in the Gamescom article that we're referencing, and it says, after an eerie long silence, Get Even is back with one heck of a trailer. Now, this is, yeah, I guess this was a game that was announced a long time ago, and it
sounds like an
back
early
in action.
2000s like comedy.
It's Bandai Namco.
Get Even.
So
it looks like a horror game.
It is a horror game. So it says, set deep within an abandoned mental asylum, the player wakes up with only the memory of a teenage girl with a bomb strapped to her chest. From there, players must explore the asylum, unsure of who or what is real, in order to find out why they are there and who the explosive
I was out
Wow.
at Insane Asylum, so
That's quite the premise.
I'm good. I'm all set. All good. Cool.
This could be fun to stream. That would be a good streaming horror game.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I
Spring
stream.
2017.
Yeah, so we'll see. It says Get Even is the biggest title that has ever been produced by our studio. It features the deepest story and the most advanced technology our teams have ever worked on. This is coming from the developer director. Thanks to the support we are receiving from Bandai Namco, we have now taken this up to the next level and polished every aspect of the games in ways that were not possible before. Today, we're extremely happy that we could finally show you the new face of Get Even to both players and media. So I'm going to watch the trailer. Yeah, I'm going to watch the trailer once we wrap. But I think horror games are becoming more and more prevalent. I think
we're in like a renaissance
now.
We've research. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Because we had titles like Silent Hills. Right, and like that was a staple series, and really one of the only ones, right? Like you had Resident Evil, but Resident Evil like dipped away
you
from
had
horror,
the
went more
Capcom
sci-fi.
director do Evil Within. He tried his hand at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he tried, and it wasn't really.
And then you got games like
more like Resident Evil,
Outlast, which was really good. Yeah,
which is tremendous. Best horror game that
Dead
I've
Space,
ever played.
which you played recently on your stream. Currently playing. I freaking love that. I think that's one of the best horror games of the last generation. Absolutely, hands down.
Right.
You can tell already. You've been playing it currently. Are you scared? Do you feel the fear?
Yes, not as much as an Outlast. Because that game is just absolutely terrifying. Yeah. Mainly because in Dead Space, I know I can shoot something. Like in Outlast, I had to run, and I can only run and hide. And like if I got into a
stuff.
Right, exactly. And if I got into a locked corridor or I ran into a wall and someone was chasing me, I died. and I lost. And in Outlast, they built the tension of if I was about to die in game, I felt like I was literally about to die
Right.
in real life. Like that was the tension
like,
that
skip
they
ahead
created.
for like 4 generations maybe. That's like that'll happen. If you die in the game, you'll die in real life.
Right.
So don't fuck up.
Induced heart attack.
Bring it to the next level.
So, like, if I would have played Dead Space first, I think it would have been scarier. But I can definitely, it's definitely got.
So if you played
some
it in
tension.
2007,
Like,
like
it's
when
definitely-
it came out, it would have been like the scariest
absolutely,
thing.
it would have
yeah.
been terrifying.
Because that's around the time I first played it,
Yeah,
and I still
absolutely.
have that like memory of playing it the first time and how I felt
Memory
when I
of it.
played it. You know,
Sure.
It was
Yeah,
terrifying.
absolutely. And I think what they don't get enough credit for is they invoke emotions that other games simply can't ever achieve. You know, like you get a good adventure game or you get a good story-based game like Last of Us, and like that's one of the few games that has ever evoked any emotion out of me while playing a video game. Besides like an adrenaline rush of playing like a shooter or something like that, and you get an adrenaline rush where a horror game, more so than a horror movie, because you're playing with headphones on and like there's all of this sound design that goes into it. It's truly terrifying.
Sound,
and depending on what you're playing,
especially in a horror game, is so crucial to how you feel, what you feel. It's like unreal.
Yeah, exactly. And it does it so well. Like I can't, like, you can probably go back and watch some of my Outlast streams, but like I was truly fucking terrified. And that's probably why people loved watching it, but it's crazy that they're able to achieve that. And that's a smaller studio, you know, like that's not even like a big name studio that's created that game. I mean, it's a $20 game, for Christ's sake. So I'm definitely excited for another horror game, especially if it's done well. And it seems like it's a smaller based studio, which is good. So if it comes out, we could support a smaller studio, which is awesome as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
There is one more horror game
what do you got for me,
at Gamescom? A game called Allison Road, which was a Kickstarter a while ago. This is the PT spiritual successor revived. I put the link in our thing here. If you guys want to check it out. Yeah.
I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna open it up.
It's really cool. It was a Soundhouse inspired first person horror game, and it was canceled for a while, and now the creator has brought it back. Development is still slowed on it, but if you look at the trailer, it looks really freaking good.
I'm just looking at the still pictures, and I'm gonna have to stay up for a little bit longer tonight. You know, watch some like Arrested Development or something.
Yeah, just something lighthearted.
Cleanse the palate.
Watch some like Office or Parks and Recreation. That'll be good.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. The blood hallway I'm looking at right now.
This looks good.
The realism in the trailer is what I really love, because PT really stood out for me in that sense. It used the Fox engine actually in a really beautiful way. They tried really hard in PT to hide the fact that they were using the Fox engine, which I thought was really fun. This feels a lot like it, and I'm very excited to see what happens with this game.
Yeah, I'll be watching it.
Yeah, I wish I had more details to share with everyone, but it's a passion project essentially from an old developer from Silent Hill.
It is.
That's awesome.
It says in September it'll be 2 years since an idea out of a notebook started to come to life, and some people have been with it from the very beginning, and that's very fantastic. And it looks like from the gameplay trailer, Kessler, who is the creator, said he did all the modeling, all the textures, all the shaders, all the lighting, and thankfully a lot of the mechanics. And they were already implemented in the previous development phase, which means moving forward, now that they're picking it up, they don't have to do a lot of that work. They can necessarily finish tweaking it, work on story and stuff like that. All of the pre-work is already out of the way from when it was going to be a game.
That is very cool.
Is awesome.
Sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more about it.
Yeah, me too. I'm a PT spiritual successor in itself.
I mean, I feel like
fantastic. I've only watched someone play PT. I didn't actually play it myself.
How much have you watched of that person playing it?
Well, that's
not
really
the whole
something
thing.
You got to like sit down and experience, man.
I have a group
I'm gonna have to make you pay.
Yeah,
I have it on my PS4 still.
I still have it on mine as well.
Nice.
We made one of our friends kind of like sit down in our living room, and we all kind of like watched him play this game just to like get a reaction. Even the first time going through it, we were like,
right.
We would play until we literally couldn't hold the controller anymore, and we had to give it to someone else. No, you fucking go. You go. I can't be the one holding this right now. Can't do it. You go. You walk forward, and then you just sat back like, oh, fuck this.
Nope.
Dude, it gets in your head, and it's fucked up.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it that
Yeah,
terrifying?
It
Like,
really
especially-
it fucks with you. It fucks with you.
Yeah.
And like not
Pretty
knowing
great.
what the end was, because this is before people figured out even what to do. So like the game is essentially a loop, right? And it's not revealing too much to say that you go through a hallway and you go through a door and you end up back where you started. Right? It just like you're like, oh,
Right. I've
this is
seen
weird.
that. Yes.
So there isn't like a different place to go or an end. You just have to trigger things to happen.
Mhm.
So you're running around
okay.
with no guide on where to go, not even any different area to explore. And at any point, you could like this fucking dead bitch could just pop up and like scare the shit out of you, and then you'd like be back in the first room. I don't know. It was just
That's
like
totally
you
a thing
didn't
that can
know.
happen.
You didn't know. You didn't know what did anything. It's just awful.
You
But
didn't
it was,
know.
yeah, as much as I hated it, I loved it.
Um,
It was just very immersive.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's hit one of smaller pieces of news before we, I think, going into the PlayStation news that we have is going to
before
wrap
we
up
leave
probably the rest of
Gamescom,
the show.
I do want to throw out some stuff
Yeah?
about some lesser known titles, just because I've gotten so big into like sim type games now that I built my PC. So I'm
Right.
playing a lot of City Skylines, which got an announcement for an update that you can have natural disasters in there too. But one of the other games I wanted to know if you guys saw anything about this. It's a game called Planet Coaster. It's made by
Planet Coaster.
Frontier. Frontier was the
No.
company that did like Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I don't know if you guys ever played that back in the
Oh,
day, but
okay.
that game
Yeah.
was so much fun to build theme parks. And this one,
was.
I watched a trailer for Planet
Yeah.
Coaster. It looks like it's finally going to be able to recapture that. Because I tried Roller Coaster Tycoon, like 3 was their first like major change in design, and it just didn't feel like the
Mhm.
same game. And I've been off it ever since. But like this game, I think it has it, man. I think it may rekindle that. Yeah.
It may redo it.
Yeah, I would
That's
love to have
awesome.
something like that.
I mean, simulator games are really fun. I mean, City
Oh,
Skylines is still hugely popular. It was,
Yep.
Carrot loved it. I'm sure if Carrot's actually watching or listening, maybe he'll end up listening. He will probably love this expansion, Natural
yeah.
Disasters.
Yeah, I saw
that
that.
sounds awesome. But they're hugely popular. I mean, they really are. So, I mean, I played the shit out of Roller Coaster
Yeah,
Tycoon.
for sure. Dude.
I used to love riding.
This one just looks like there's so much customization. And imagine like a true Roller Coaster Tycoon made in 2016. You know, like you're gonna have people with this game coming out like recreating Disney World for fun. You know, because you have those editing tools and mods, of course. So you're gonna be able to just make ridiculous
Right.
stuff. I mean, there's like support for like fast pass type ticketing and like
Wow.
all this.
You can get like
it's
technical with
everything.
it. You can make like
Yeah.
a specific park. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty
I'm excited
crazy.
to really try it out.
That's
yeah.
exciting.
As someone
though.
who was severely burned by SimCity,
and that's
I like the future of Sims very much.
is that PC
Probably.
only?
I
I'm
mean, yeah, I
assuming?
can't imagine this would be on consoles. But then again, I would never imagine Kerbal Space Program is on consoles, and it just got released on PS4. So
I still haven't
Uh,
seen that on console. I don't even know what that's.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it's possible to do that on console.
I tried watching his stream, and he wasn't too good at describing what controls he was doing as he was doing it. But it's out there. I don't get it. Whatever. Crazy. Yeah.
It's out there. So the one other thing that I wanted to mention before we go into PlayStation news is Titanfall 2 right now has its beta
I think it ended
multiplayer.
as of yesterday.
So you're able to.
Yeah, I was
did
gonna
it end
try and
yesterday?
play it more today. I didn't. I was gonna play it yesterday, but then I got sidetracked by like Final Fantasy and Overwatch. Oops.
True. What Final
yeah.
Fantasy?
Surprise, surprise.
14.
Oh, 14. Oh, I got
Yeah,
you. I
yeah.
still every day. I have another friend too that's like on my ass to get back in. I'm like, I'm getting back in. I just never fucking do it.
Sure, man, come my server.
I'm overwhelmed, man. I'm scared. It's like
I know.
it's like
It's a
look at my
scary
desktop,
game.
and
It's
I'm like, I got my finger on the mouse, like
this
all I
world
gotta
is
do is
too
double
big.
click, and I'm like,
I don't
can't.
wanna
Like,
do
it's too much
it.
work to like dive back in.
I
But I'll do it,
totally.
I promise.
I understand
One
if you
day.
can, man. I'm here. I'll be here for you, though. I'm here for you.
Once I get my moments of triumph in Destiny, then I think I'll hop back in.
We need you over here, Trip. We need to get the
The Orcs,
what's it called?
Orcs challenge.
Hard
So
modes
it's last
done.
night, baby. Let's do it.
Challenge modes. I know, man. Let's do it.
Live on stream.
Actually, I don't think you guys didn't. Did we talk about Destiny news on last week's podcast?
We mentioned
What they
the
announced
collectors,
with their
the big collection.
I don't think we did. We didn't talk about their live stream.
Oh,
yeah. So let's hit. So there's not much else to say about the Titanfall 2 except that it did not necessarily do so well with pre-orders. That was mentioned. That pre-order wise, it's not doing well at all.
I think
actually,
that, most of the people in this generation were born and exist in a world where Titanfall came out and left so quickly.
Right. It's true.
You know, I mean, who knows when it came out? I don't remember. I don't remember the game.
We'll see. Well, it was a launch title with the 1. Okay.
I don't remember how long ago it was.
So I didn't get to play the first one. I don't think I'll play the second one, but there's gameplay out there if you want to check it out. So Destiny's live stream. They did a live stream with gameplay of their newest expansion, which is coming out next month.
The
on
Rise
the 20th,
of Iron.
Rise of Iron.
Felix Hergo calls it the Destiny Big Dick Collection. So there's
sure, whatever he wants to call it. Something that is very exciting and near and dear to me, and I am utterly excited for it, is private matches are now going to be in Destiny.
That is huge.
And it seems so small, but it is not small at all. Now, private matches are something that has been the most wanted feature in Destiny since it came out, for a number of reasons. But what I am most excited for about this is now there will be an official way to have competitive Destiny. And ooh, baby, I cannot wait.
What did I tell
places.
You? Team Emergent, baby. Yep.
So
Here we
let me get
are.
this straight.
ready.
It's been a while since I played Destiny. So what this means is you can like stage matches now between groups of people.
Yes, exactly. So now there will be a lobby where you can create. It's pretty in depth. You could choose game type, what game type you want to play. Every game type ever in Destiny is there. So even if it's like one of the ones that rotates weekly, you could still pick it. You can pick if light level is enabled or disabled. So if you want to play like Iron Banner, where your light level matters, or it doesn't, like regular Crucible, you could toggle that on or off. You can even go in as a single player. So if you wanted to just go in and learn the maps more,
I was going to mention that because I think when we were talking about playing Trials, like months and months and months ago, right? And just learning from your skills essentially as a competitive player in the past. That's one of the things you said right away. Like, I wish we at least had a way to load up this map and not fight, but I could walk you guys around the map. We could look for sight lines. We could find hiding spots and just really understand it, because that's really at the heart of
it's going to be
playing
huge.
well, is knowing every out you have or knowing what to look down and where to check. That just takes your, I mean, that alone will take your gameplay through the roof.
It will. So that's very exciting. And then you could pick any map. So if you've played custom games in like Halo or Call of Duty before, the lobby is exactly the same. Like it's just mimicking that, and it should have been in the game from the very beginning, to be honest. But and what they're doing with this though is you do not have to get Rise of Iron to get private matches.
Just being patched.
So that is a feature that will just be coming out. Cool. It will just be patched in. You of course won't get the maps that come out with Rise of Iron or the new game type that's coming out. But you will be able to do it, because that is something that the Destiny community has believed should have been in there from the very beginning.
There's something that
so
that
I'm very
Felix,
excited for it.
Dropped into the chat, and it's actually a really good question. I don't know if they addressed it during the live stream or if they said maybe, I don't know, more to come about it. He asked bots with a question mark, which I assume means, can you set up matches with AI players? No. Okay.
No. They did not mention it. No one asked that either, so I mean, I guess I can't say yes or no. The only thing,
like Smash Brothers setting
I doubt it.
AI player, whatever that.
Yeah, I doubt it, only because Super Smash Brothers AI is very different than having like a Destiny controlled character AI.
I can imagine.
You know, like just think about
the computer would have to think about where you
like
are.
What guns are they going to use?
Look at and where to go and how to handle your super.
Yeah, and like. And your guns, like, you're gonna have a multi-tool, and they're gonna have a shitty fucking like, pistol. Like, it just doesn't make. I think that's too complex. Maybe in Destiny 2, but just being able to load up a map and going find all the head glitches and going to find all these other things, I think will be exciting. And And then they showed some new things. They showed a new social space, which is going to be in Rise of Iron. They showed some gameplay footage of one of the earlier missions. So a lot of new content coming for Rise of Iron. We're, of course, very excited about it. But I wanted to mention that because I just thought
I'm glad you did, because we
didn't
really unpack it on the podcast episode since it came out. So it's
yeah.
good.
Going to be a ton of new armor sets, a ton of new weapons, which is going to be really cool, of course. They're going to be increasing the vault space yet again, is rumored, because now they drop support for legacy consoles. So we actually, if you haven't logged in a while, Trip, when you log in for the first time, you will have to agree to them dropping legacy support.
It said if you,
which is crazy
now,
but
this is now the separation point. So if you play on both consoles,
yes,
as of right now, your characters are the same. You're logging in on a next-gen console. From this point forward, you have to hit agree. This will not transfer back over. So you're going to live your PS4 life, and your PS3 character is going to be on his own.
I say good riddance.
Right. Actually, I did that.
Well,
I
mean,
on PS3 to play with my brother before he got his own PS4, which was cool because I could hop.
Listen, I played.
Then it would just sync back up. So
yeah, it was a great thing to have when next gen first came out, because not everybody was ready to upgrade. Like I played on the
2014. It was such
for a few months
area
before I got my Xbox One
in development.
Right, and it made sense. It really did. But at this point, if you're playing a game like that on a legacy console, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't, because you're honestly ruining everybody else's experience. So fuck off.
Yeah.
Buy something else, play something else, or buy a new console.
It doesn't look good.
Listen. And if you are an Xbox One user, or if you're an Xbox 360 user or a PS3 user, you now have the Xbox One S to purchase, or the rumored and leak of the PS4
baby.
Slim.
So smooth, right in.
I saw it. I saw the opening. I saw it. It was there. So you guys might have dove in a little bit deeper than I did to this, but we have essentially confirmed the PlayStation 4 Slim. So what do we know about it?
We have a bunch of images, that's for sure.
Some very, very convincing images.
Earlier today, I sent you guys a video of it was Eurogamer posted a video on Twitter saying they had one, they booted it up, and they showed this video, and they even followed the cabling down to they wanted to show you that it was plugged in. So you know what? I like the design. It's really good. It's smaller. It looks like a PlayStation. It doesn't need to. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to look like anything special. Right. It just needs to play the games. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta throw this in super quick, now, guys, in the chat. I just thought it was Oates goes, no Destiny on N64. They're dropping N64 support.
Yeah, the Rumble packs were a problem. So they've changed. No more no more N64.
Cut off.
Maybe Dreamcast though. Maybe Dreamcast.
Wii U support.
So the one thing that I did notice, which it's very minimal, and it's we're getting into the minutia here, but did you see how far apart the USB ports were?
Yeah,
that's
the front of the PlayStation? That was really interesting. Yeah, there's one at the far right corner, and there was one by the disk drive all the way on the left.
Oh, they're like super far apart.
Yeah, it was like half the width of the PlayStation.
Honestly, if you use a port to charge your controller, it's good. I mean, one cable coming off the side, and the other one can be for your. You and I are wearing these wireless gold headsets right now. They use a USB dongle in the PS4. It's perfect for that. I mean, I don't even know the back of the profile of the.
Are you saying it's good that they're far apart because of that?
Yes.
I have both of mine charging right now, and they're right next to each other. Like when you're constructing a PCB, like a board and a computer, why would you
separate
and try to connect that
spots,
shit? And yeah, I don't.
I'm looking at the back of the PlayStation right now. It looks like it just has a Ethernet. It has a HDMI. I can't tell what that port is. It's a little fuzzy. The power port's all the way in the. I don't see a USB port on the back, which is what I'm going at here. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I think it's okay. I don't mind that they separated them a little bit.
No, I mean it's.
It was just striking.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I noticed. Yeah.
It is.
So what are our speculations here? Is it 4K?
No.
Is it just a slim version?
I'm gonna vote just the slim version for like.
This is not the Neo. This is not. This is not my system.
Well, no, I don't think it's the Neo, but I mean, is it really enough to
If they
just
make the
make it
price cheap
smaller
enough,
to
yeah.
sell it?
For sure.
Well, sure. If the
Yeah.
price matches, right? But I mean, I don't know. It just seems silly to just make like I don't. When I think of Xbox One,
this is their
the one that I have that I'm
Xbox One Slim or whatever. This is the same thing.
right, but isn't the Slim supporting a higher resolution?
I don't know.
Not
actually.
Scorpio. I'm not talking about Scorpio. I'm talking about the white one they just released.
No, I know, but I thought the Slim supports a higher resolution than the one
Games
does.
will
Someone
still
could
be
fact
at like
check
the,
that, but
the 1080p, I believe. Maybe Blu-rays, maybe
okay,
Blu-rays
I thought
are
it
a
was
little
higher.
bit better. There might be HDR, as far as I remember. Yeah, I think.
Oh,
I
there
think
is
that
HDR.
was one
Yes,
of the
there is
features.
HDR. You're right.
Yeah.
That was it. Yes. But so I mean I don't know. You guys own the consoles, but when I'm looking at my Xbox One right now, and it's fucking huge.
Xbox
right?
One
massive,
S can
totally
do
massive.
4K. Yeah.
4K
4K
games
That's what
or
I
movies?
thought. That's what I thought.
Is it just the movies or the games? It's
Another
a
good
huge
question.
difference. Yeah.
Hold, please.
Yeah.
Type it into the Googs. What does Google have? Okay, so listen.
Okay.
Before you answer that, my Xbox One is massive. Right now, my computer is only taking up half of it. Okay, and the power brick, I can feel it,
Oh, I
is
hate
also
that thing.
massive. Is the PS4 so like it's a welcomed slim version to me. Like if you don't already own one or if you're really that encumbered by one, you buy a slim. Does the PlayStation 4 really need a slim version?
It's already
Is it
really
that
small.
big?
I mean, they can make
It's
it more power
it's small.
efficient. They can make it cheaper to make, which is, I think, what they're going for here. It almost looks like it.
But but if it's not going to do anything different and it's just slimmer, why still sell a PlayStation 4?
My guess is they're prepping for the Neo, and what they're going to do is they're going to sell this at a lower price point. So when the Neo comes out, they can create the $400 price point or the $450, whichever they need to charge for it. That's just my guess, though.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Okay.
how it's gone with the PS3s. That's the Xbox did the same thing, you know.
Well, I guess there's going to be this gray area then. You're going to have a gray area where you have a PlayStation Slim for $300, and you have what is the PS4
4.
going for right now?
Yeah.
$4.
$399.
And then you have a PS4 going for $4, and they don't do anything different. So PS4 sales get stagnant. Everyone buys the Slim, and then when the Neo comes out, then the PS4 goes away. Because there's still no reason to buy the middle one
That's true.
if it doesn't do anything different. So I think there's got to be a
Xbox
feature that's going to be coming out that's going to be a selling point.
4K video, not 4K gaming.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
4K video.
So your Blu-rays will look really
Which
good.
is
Your 4K
huge.
Blu- look amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Which makes sense. I mean, but like I said, for Xbox One, the Slim version alone is worth it.
It is.
If you don't already have one.
Like if
Yeah.
you don't already have one, yes, because you shouldn't be buying an Xbox One and not be
Yeah.
the Slim version at this point. You're silly if you do, unless you get a regular one for
Right.
dirt cheap. And I mean, it literally needs to be like $25, because it's fucking
Yeah.
massive. Trust me. So I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, I'm really excited to hear the price point for this because maybe it's something that I will one day be able to purchase, and not feel like I'm emptying out my wallet for a PlayStation 4.
I mean,
and maybe it'll get me ready for Last of Us 2 because I'm going to need a
Yeah,
PlayStation by the
true.
time that game comes
Yeah.
out.
I think it's going to be
God damn
300 for whatever it is, like the Xbox Slim. If they can push the price down, it'd be even better. I think 250 is too low. That's like, I mean, that's like the Vita,
Right.
or like what the Game Boy 3DS first came out as. You know, got bumped down, but like
Right.
you're in portable console price there, and they're not going to do that. I'm hoping for maybe a sweet spot. Maybe if they can pull off like a 275, I don't know. That's not a marketable price, you know. So I think it's going to be
$274.99.
Oh, the Xbox One is $299. This is $298.97. Like getting that eBay bid in there. Like, I mean, I think they're just going to be comparable versions of smaller, their smaller consoles.
Sure. And then the last thing that I wanted to hit with you guys before we wrap is PlayStation Plus is
saw
going
that.
up in price. How do you guys as you went from a free service, right? So I'm going to walk you through your
Do
journey
it.
here. Let's walk
Take
through
me
your
back.
journey.
Okay, I'm going to get real sad.
Because mainly because I've been spending $60 for the past fucking 10 years, but it's besides the point.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, no, I think it used to
Did
be
it?
40 or 50. Yeah, no, it wasn't always 60. It went up $10 in around the release of the one. I'm almost positive. That might be another fact check. But anyway, PlayStation, you were once free,
multiplayer.
right? Amazing. I couldn't even believe it, right? One would argue quality of Xbox Live versus PlayStation. It wasn't even, right? People would say Xbox
online
Live
is
was
still
a better
free,
experience.
just FYI, if they're still playing stuff out there, online for
The what?
PS3 is still free.
It is still free. It is still free because I was just playing Modern Warfare 2
gotcha.
the other day on my PlayStation 3. Now, then you move to a paid price point, and a lot of people were like, "What the fuck?"
And we
If you're
slowly
gonna
like
make me pay
accepted
money.
it, but like,
Yeah.
like okay,
Right, and it made sense. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you made
You're
the
playing
experience
more
better.
online.
Your party
Right,
chat's
you get the
fantastic,
games and
right?
all that stuff, and
Right. You get the games, right? That alone, the free games, if you take their value, you're
Sure.
making your money back, right? And now you're going up to what everybody on the Xbox side has been paying for a number of years, and that's $60 for the year. How do you guys feel about that?
it doesn't matter what I feel because I'm going to pay it anyway. So
I mean,
Like,
do we have a? We
I'm
don't
a-
have a choice. That's like
Well-
the whole thing, you know.
No. I mean, I'm not worried about like when your account's being withdrawn. I'm just worried.
Here's
how
the
are
thing.
you? How do you
Games
actually
that
feel
I know,
about it?
A lot of the PlayStation community has been pretty mediocre on the free games that's being offered. So the real main price point has been paying for the online service to play multiplayer. But the
Right.
Xbox players have been doing
Right.
that for years, and they didn't have games with gold until I want to
Recently.
say like 2 or 3 years before the Xbox One even came out. Like that wasn't even they said multiplayer was just paid
No.
$60 a month. That was like, or a year. Sorry,
That's what it was.
$60 a year.
Yeah.
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 It's just weird. We're gonna accept it. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna do it.
Sure.
I need to be able to do that.
I mean,
I need to be able to use the online services.
I mean, let's take the games out of it because I think Xbox has done a tremendous job in the games that they give out for free. Like the past 3 months, I've gotten 2 games, one a 360 title, one an Xbox One title that I find value in, and they're free, right? So like that makes up for it in my mind. But take that out of it and let's pretend we weren't getting that. Do you feel as a PlayStation player that to be able to play a server-based game with your friends is worth $60 a year?
I do.
Now you're asking me
Because
as a
you can do it.
PlayStation player. If you're asking me as a PC
Correct.
player, I would
Well, we already know
instantly say
PC.
no.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't.
Yeah, but
Sure,
PlayStation's a different service.
sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we're talking console. Yeah, we're talking console. I mean, sure, if you don't feel like paying for anything,
Mhm.
build a PC, and
You got the
you won't
freedom.
have to worry about a subscription service for this. But, to me, I've built a bridge and got over this a long, long time ago because I didn't have any other choice. If I wanted to play Halo, I needed to buy Xbox Live, right? So, I've kind of come to terms with that, whether or not I personally agree with it. But it's funny because I've read a lot of fans bitching about the price hike. It's kind of like the Netflix hike. Like, dude, you're watching way too much television. So
Yeah,
deal
and
with the price hike.
there's no way.
But it's like,
what are you gonna say? No, you're gonna just cancel your subscription? No, you're
Right.
using Netflix. Like it's
Right,
like your
exactly.
thing.
and it's funny in this article, Sony Passively Aggressive says, if you do not wish to continue your subscription, make sure to cancel auto renewal
But we
by
know
the
you're not,
22nd because
please,
after you
please.
I mean,
Right.
here's my
right
concern.
because after that
I don't mind paying it. Like it's $10 more a year. It's not gonna break my life. But like, are they increasing it because they plan on making the service better? Or bringing anything else
let's
and getting a free cash grab? Because I looked something.
so
up
this is
here.
what they say.
Well, let me throw this out real quick. They have 21
Yeah, please.
million PlayStation Plus subscribers. You hike that price up $10.
Okay.
Everyone stays and says, I don't really care. That's $210 million more dollars for them to do whatever
Sure.
with. Do they just need a cash infusion, or
Right.
was it like it's 2016? They're not paying enough for this.
I mean I think they realize that you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, like what I mean, I'll read this
go
blurb
ahead.
to you about what they say, but I mean they realize that you don't You
Mhm.
don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You don't like it, but you're
Right.
going to
They
deal
just
with
sat
it.
there,
I mean,
just
you
did
don't.
real
here's
You
slow,
want to keep
awkward,
playing it.
just like, okay, so whatever anyone said, and just
As long,
Right.
listen, as long
Fuck it.
as they keep improving the service, eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to change our names. That is a long-standing issue with
I
PlayStation. You can't change your name. It's
I
just a thing you can't do.
I almost spit this water all over my monitor. We better
It's
goddamn be able to
it's
change our names for $10 more a month. Now I'm
For
mad.
$10
I
more a
wasn't,
month,
but now
right?
that I thought about
Like,
that, now I'm
figure
mad.
out the issue, but you
Right.
know,
yeah.
You're gonna get
I can't even
210 million
believe.
more dollars
I mean,
just
it
in your
could,
subscription services. Put in a name change feature.
but you know,
Freight
yeah. I
table
can't.
every
Well,
month.
they're going to charge. Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
going to charge for that too.
I mean, like
Xbox does.
last
So
month.
that's more
I'm
money.
sorry, last week we talked about the 4.0 update for PlayStation. Lots of features being added. That's great.
Right.
I love features. I love when they improve the service. But for God's sake, guys, please let us change our names.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
they're gonna raise the price. We're gonna eat it. And they're gonna.
And we're not
keep
going to be able to
improving
change our name.
PlayStation, and we're not gonna be able to change our name. Yeah. So those are
I'm
our
going to be
choices.
Right.
TRPJMG00 for the rest of my life.
For forever. So here we go. PlayStation Plus strives to enrich your PlayStation experience through a world-class service built for our fans. This marks the first time that PS Plus membership prices will increase in the US and Canada since the launch of the service in 2010. The new pricing reflects the current market conditions while enabling us to continue providing exceptional value to our members. As a member, Trip Zero and Neo, you will continue to enjoy the benefits and features that enable shared experiences, such as online multiplayer, free games, and exclusive discounts. You will also continue to get exclusive benefits such as online game save storage and discounts across the PlayStation digital services.
You read that
No
fantastically
idea.
well, by the way.
Sounded like a
Well, it's not View because you got to pay for that.
So-
technically. And it's not PS.
Is there,
Right.
is there
Um,
still more on that?
Listen, I mean,
Oh.
no, this is what you need to understand. This is the only sentence that makes any bit of sense in this entire statement. The new pricing
current market.
reflects the current market conditions while enabling us to continue providing exceptional
I
value to
only
our
think
members.
the first part is valid. Enabling us to continue. You were
Well,
fine.
right, sure.
You were fine
Yeah,
with
yeah.
$50. I don't think you're going to be hurting. You're like, someone's
Seriously.
going to board me like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we're going to go under.
So it should really say the new pricing reflects our current need to gain $210 million more dollars into our bank account. It's exactly what it is. I mean, realistically, they want extra money because they know they can get it. They know it's not like they're charging you $100. They're only charging you what somebody else is already paying.
And I think Sony. from
so,
what
the
I heard,
PS4 has been
what
the
are you gonna
best
do?
selling console for the past 3 years. The PS4 has been the best selling console. The Xbox, since the Slim released, has been rising up in the ranks of sales. They can do whatever the hell they want. PlayStation. They don't. They're like, well, you own our system. You kind of have to deal.
Sony needs it as a company because I heard that their gaming area of their company is the only thing that's making money. Yeah.
It's the only thing that's making money. Yeah, but here's the thing. In all reality, before we wrap, is they could be charging us $100 a year, and we would do it.
Honestly, I would tell you.
Yeah.
Just
Listen,
PC at that point.
Sure. Well, I don't know though. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably pay $100 a year to play Destiny. I'm just
Paying
being
$100
perfectly
now,
fucking honest with
we
you.
wouldn't
Damn
do
those
it.
console
You
exclusivities.
space out that $10 bump every couple years, then all of a sudden we're there.
Yeah. Next year it's in 3 years. Oh, it's $70. It's not a
it's
big deal. And then it's
close
80,
enough.
and then it's 90. But listen, we aren't buying single player games anymore. We're buying games that you're also playing for multiplayer reasons. You're buying because they're online connected through updates and all of these things that you need online services for. So you need your online service to actually play the game that you just paid $60 for. It's not like you buy a Super Nintendo cartridge or an N64 cartridge and you get the game. All of these things need online for the majority. The majority of things do. So it doesn't fucking matter if it's 60 or if it's 90 or if it's 100 because in all actuality they
It's a
would
hidden
still be
cost
getting their
of
money.
modern gaming. That's what it is.
Seriously. And there's not much out there. Like on the 360 and on the PlayStation 3, there were plenty of games that you can get by with just a free service. Like there was Xbox Live Silver on the Xbox 360, which allowed you to play some stuff online, but that's a thing of the past. That died along with the 360 and the 3.
Baby.
So hopefully, I really do hope. My last statement of this episode is I really do hope that you both can change your PlayStation names
Hey,
in the
I
near
got Neo
future.
Aoshi. I'm good. I'm totally
And
good.
you said that.
Yeah.
You're good.
No, I have
You're
a
good.
jumble of stupid letters. I would love to change my name.
Yep. You can't do
At
it.
any point.
It's
It'd be great.
impossible.
I have literally changed my gamer tag 4 or 5 times.
I love it.
Since its creation 8 years ago. I just wish I had my original title, like my tag still, that I got when I first got my Xbox One, because now on the Xbox it shows you your number of years as like a badge. So like if I would have had my one from like 04, I would have had a 10-year plus gamer tag, which would have been awesome. But yeah, I mean they know how to get you with their badges and their trophies and their achievements. It's fucking bastards. It's like opening
loot boxes,
opening cards and opening loot boxes.
Don't change your
motherfuckers.
name. You're gonna lose your
Those
credit history with
motherfuckers.
PlayStation.
So I think it's about that time to wrap. We've hit our allotment, man. We're a little over an hour.
We did
This
it.
was
This
very
is
good.
It was
We
fun.
did
I think
it.
it worked well. You know, we could probably do. We could probably take
yeah,
the
I
audio
mean,
and post that on Friday, maybe. So there's still an episode.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could probably post this video to the Emergent Gamer YouTube channel, and then maybe just rip the audio from it to post to iTunes as well. There's going to be some audio issues. Obviously, we've heard it with Discord, which is something that we can work for the future. But overall, I think this was fantastic.
Great, yeah.
We still got to record. We still heard from Felix Hergood, even though he was on vacation.
He did a couple things at the very end about PlayStation upping the price and having us have no option to deal with it. PlayStation says we're serving dick. Eat it. Then someone goes, but I don't want dick. Well, good sir, giant bratwurst is all we're offering. Look, just pay for the wiener. It's the tastiest wiener. This wiener comes in slim. So it was good work by Felix Hergood. I wanted to shout that out on the episode. Thank you for being here, Felix. Too.
Felix Hergood, you're sorely missed, my friend. So if you've tuned in, thank you for being here for the first live stream of the Emergent Gamer podcast. If you haven't caught it by now, you can find us in iTunes if you search for the Emergent Media Network or the Emergent Gamer podcast. You could subscribe to those channels, and you'll be able to listen to all of the past episodes. There's 89 of them.
Get caught up.
And check them out. Get caught up. You could also find us at emergentmedianetwork.com. You could probably find a link in my Twitch bio for that. And make sure you follow me on Twitter, which is lock_key. Just click on the Twitter bubble in the bio. Follow the Twitch channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'll give it over to you, Mr. Trip
Thank
Zero.
you guys for watching. Like Locke was saying, this is Trip Zero. I have my Twitter page, which is Trip_0, and I have my Twitch page, which is also Trip_0. Keep an eye on that because I am currently streaming The Last of Us. I think it's too late probably for me to play tonight, but keep an eye this week. I'm going to be jumping back in, aiming for like 2 to 3 times a week to get more stable with that. But I'm updating my page on Twitch as well as Twitter with updates, what I'm doing, what's going on. So I'm trying to make it a very social, inviting, collective environment. And then you can find everyone else that's in our group on my page and Felix's page, and you can get links to Locke's Twitch. I don't know if you have a Twitch, Alex, yet. I forget.
I do.
But actually, to
it's
answer that
Neo
question,
Aoshi.
I'm going to give it to you, and you will talk to them about that. So thank you, guys.
This is Neo Aoshi signing off. You can find me at Neo_Aoshi, and my Twitch is Neo Aoshi. Pretty straightforward. Easiest way to find
I don't
me
know who
is
Alex was.
_.
Neo Aoshi is who I was talking to.
Yeah, who's Alex? I don't know.
I don't know.
Little man
Our
in the
producer.
background. And if you have any interest in chatting with the community a little bit more that we're building here, let us know through one of the social medias, and we can invite you to the Discord channel, so you can hop into the Discord channel and chat with us more often. If it's something that you want to do, who knows? That's up to you. But be sure to check us out next week. Yeah, if not a fuck you. I don't know what we'll be doing next week. I don't know if you'll see our faces again. I don't know if it will just be posting next Friday. But tune in next week for episode 91. Thank you so much for checking us out. And we will see you all
Later.
next week.
See ya.